Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is January 5th, 2021. This is Bulldozer Investing, and time is 4:30 p.m. U.S. Eastern. It's right after the market on Tuesday's close. I'm very excited because everything, again, we had predicted, we had said, had come spot on perfect. So let's go over what we had concluded yesterday, what happened, and what will happen in the next coming trading days. We're looking at VIX right now. We knew that VIX was going to come up, and it did. And we said yesterday that the VIX will come down and the markets will pick up, okay, test 372 area, which I'll come back to that. But let's talk about VIX first on the daily and the hourly, and we'll try to predict. Now, as you can see, the 20 moving day average is curling up. 50-day moving average is going down. So we're kind of seeing this moment right here, okay? So as you can see, a spike up coming down, tested the 20-day moving average, and then it just, waved, okay? And then bounced harder. So that's what I'm predicting right now. What's going to happen is this is going to come down, dance around the 20, so VIX will be around 22 for a couple of days, and then violently we will go up and retest the 30 levels. So for the upcoming days, for the rest of the week, again, we had the political drama in Georgia, so we don't know. Looks like the Democrats are going to win. So we'll see what happens. Again, I don't belong into any political party, but just reading out what's happening. Okay. So we're going to see another down day probably on the VIX. So that means market is going to go up higher. And then VIX will probably play around the 20-day moving average. If it's going to look something like this. So we had this spike, and then it's going to come down like this. So it's coming down where the cloud bottom and the 20-day moving average is, and it's going to stay here for a couple days, build a momentum, and then shoot up violently. Maybe towards the inauguration day, I'm not sure. So we'll see these waves and then that, big bounce. So we'll wait for that. Let's look at the hourly. Again, on the hourly, I think we're gonna go down towards 23s and maybe this 22s. Okay. Let's see how the 50-day moving average on the hourly does, but I believe it's gonna come down here. Because as you can read, the internals, MACD still has some room to go. Stochastics is about to turn over. RSI is just going down on the VIX. So it's a little mixed signals here. I do think that on the hourly, it's going to try to do this, something like this. So as you can see, something like this. So coming down, might just curl up a little bit and then rest around here. Okay? Or it just could continue down like this. So it could continue down like this and just stay in this trend line that I drew, which does correspond to that wave I was talking about. It's just going to struggle here and then shoot up. Okay. Let's look at SPY. As we said, to the point, what did I say? Let's go to the daily. I said that we will bounce back. We'll bounce back and test this trend line right here, the red line that I was talking about yesterday, right? I said, don't worry, we'll come and test that. And look, guys, are we surprised? What happened here? What happened here, right? We touched, we were right here. I don't think this line is straight. To make it straight, it'll look something like this. Yeah. So we tested right here and bounced off exactly what I predicted as. Okay? And that's what exactly happened. Will we pick up more? Yeah, sure, because I do see this rounding bottom. Okay, so if we were to come down, I'll draw. If we were to come down, it'll look something like this. And then from here, and then eventually test this top. And look where I drew this box for you guys yesterday. Right? I said if we come down and test this area, and it went over it. Okay. So again, everything we talk about, and let me do this. I'll leave these lines alone for tomorrow. Okay, and we'll see. Then this is on the daily, though. I should have done this on the hourly. but we've been spot on with everything. We've been spot on with this downfall, as I predicted on the New Year's, that yes, it will close above, but the first 2 weeks of January, it'll be violent, and we're going to see down days. And it just happened so fast. I said it's just going to go ahead and bounce, test the 20 MA, and then eventually go up to this trend line, and it did. Now what I'm saying is we'll start slow, maybe melt up, and then shoot up again. Okay? Because we have to follow this rounding bottom, and it's going to try to test that again and then go up. Yeah, so we're going to definitely see 377, 378 areas, but we might dip a little bit in the morning or maybe on the futures and then just start strong again. So what I'm seeing here is, look at the volume. Volume was terrible. It was so low. Today was just a joke, guys. Today was just a joke. Machines trading, okay? So right now, what I'm predicting is it's going to go test this trend line here, or the moving day average again, struggle, and then go up, and it's eventually going to break above this. Okay? So that's our SPY prediction. Now what happened to Apple? Are we surprised? What did I message yesterday? What did I say yesterday? What did I say the week before when it was topping out at 138? I said this is the top. You sell. Where is it going to go? It's going to fill the gap. It's going to go to 130s, 129, 130. Did it happen? Yes. I said, am I buying? I tweeted, no. I feel like there's more downside to it. Just hold on. Even though I predicted right here, I predicted that it will fill the gap. When it did come there, I said, hold up. It was like right around this box. I said, it's going to even come down further. And it did. What happened when it touched 126.73? What did I message on Twitter? I said, I'm going in. I picked up calls. And by the way, this is just educational purposes, everything I'm saying. What I do, what I buy, and what I sell is my business. It's my risk, and you have to do your own risk analysis and your decisions, okay? And everything I say here is educational. So what happened here at 123.70 or 126.73? I said there's a bounce. As soon as it broke above this trend line, I got the calls and I sold them for, like, I said you can sell for 35% profit. I didn't wait the next day, but what did I say yesterday? I said it is imminent. Look at this box. Where did it finish? What did I draw yesterday? Where did we close? Right under the 50-day moving, the 50% fib. What did I say would happen? Why did I, this is all going to happen again. Tomorrow we might see my second target. So actually what happened was I predicted that we would go up here. My fault. This was the downtrend prediction, okay? So let's I'm getting confused. So I said that it would go up to here at least. So we still have some room. I mean, we retested this fib, but I think we're going to hit 132 tomorrow and eventually maybe test the tip of this ascending wedge, and then we'll see what happens from there. But Apple will move again. Don't be surprised. So let me continue this trend line that So a lot of the times I kept telling people, how do you buy, how do you sell, or how do you manage the trade? This is the thing. You'll have a fake breakout, okay? Test the fib line and then fall sharply, okay? Right in this wedge again. So we'll see that fake breakout on Apple and then eventually go lower. But give Apple a couple more days. Keep your, add to your profits. I believe 132, 133 area will come tomorrow at least. And then we'll see a downtrend, maybe another test of the 20-day moving average. So Apple still bullish short term. When I say short term, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then I believe that it's going to go back down. Okay? I think that people are just holding that momentum or building that, revving up for the earnings day. So they don't want this to shoot up above all-time highs before the earnings. So I don't think we're probably going to wave around these prices, 130s, until we might even see like hard down days to 122. I'm not saying it will go there, but I won't be surprised if it does, because I don't think this is going to go above all-time high until after the earnings. Okay. Let's take a look at Alibaba. Yesterday, what was I saying? I said, although my instincts say that Alibaba will eventually test the all-time lows, but what did I say? I always go by technicals. I don't go by my instincts because I could be wrong. And what did I say it was going to do? I said it will at least test the 50 fib or even go back to this yellow box. And it did. So no surprise there. So if you're bullish on this name, I'm not, I mean, it's risky. I would be concerned to be bullish on this. I would say that it's going to try to test 142.60, and then at max it'll try to hit the 250. I do see some green volume here, which is good. So as you can see, the decreasing volume on the fall days, and then it picked up a little. I believe BABA 250, but again, let's draw another trend line. If Alibaba loses this trend, then that's game over. Okay. So next move up, everything does tell us at least this 253. Right now it's hitting the cloud bottom resistance, so that's normal, but it might test the 20-day moving average or the 100% fib trace line, and then we will see harder correction. Let's see if I do this, would it make more sense? I like it here better. Okay. All right. So that is basically for BABA. We might continue to move up, and then we'll test this bottom. If we lose this trend line, the bottom trend line, that's scary. So just watch out. If you're trading this name, just watch out for this trend. Okay. Blink. What did I say about Blink? I said that we will bounce back. Okay. And did we? Yes. And did I say even if it bounces back, would I get in? I said no. Okay. And there is a reason. I just don't think. So you can see that the MACD is still, overbought. Stochastics are bearish. RSI is hanging in there, so it's keeping up the momentum, but we will probably test 37 again. Okay. And I'll tell you the bullish and the bearish scenario. Let me go to the 4 hours or maybe an hourly chart. Okay. Okay. So why did I say that this was gonna go down again and test 37s? You see this wedge? It hit the 50-day moving average, and it's flagging. It'll probably test. Try to break. We might have another fake breakout, and then go back down and test this, and maybe even further down. Okay. Until we break this, go above the cloud turn, and on the hourly, if it turns green and we're above the cloud, and we're there for a couple days, then I'm bullish. But for now, you need to watch for this wedge. So you would hate to buy it here, and then you'd have to force down and sell. If your margin's out, you have to sell, and then as soon as you sell, it goes up. You're like, what did I do? Okay. I do see a little W here with a flag. It might just retest 42s. That's fine. If we're going to have a couple more up days, the Russell index is going to go higher, then it might test 42, but eventually I believe that this thing is just going to sit around here and maybe even lower. Okay. So this is what it looks like on the daily. Now you can even on the daily wedge, you can even go like this. On the hour, see how you look at things. Like if you look at things on the hourly and the daily, it just looks, sometimes you'd have to fix the chart. So on the daily, it looks more scary, you know? Up, down, down. So it's testing to go in the pitchfork, but I think, and the 20 moving day average is pretty supportive, but I believe that it's still going to go lower. It might do it. My only bullish case is if we break above, and we break above this fib line of 44, then I'll change my scenario. Then that means that at that point we'll hit 50s, 51. But for now, let's see how we do here. Okay, we might see another downtrend. Okay, so just watch out for this name. All right, so we covered Blink. A lot of the names actually went up today. I said I will watch Trade Desk from now on, so let's go over that. Good. So this is what I'm talking about. The 50-day moving out, a 20-day is curling down. 50 is going up. Your MACD is going down. Stochastic's going down. RSI still trying to curl up. So it tells me that short-term bounce with the stochastics and RSI curling up, but the MACD here is still going down, and the 20-day is going down. So eventually we'll have a bearish scenario where we can test these levels, maybe. Okay. But on the shorter term, we might see a bounce towards 820s. Okay. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to still go ahead and wait the gap fills. Okay. The cloud is green and healthy. That's totally normal. We might have a scenario like this. So it might go in the cloud, bounce, get a support at 755 is a pretty good support line actually, but I'm just trying to be stingy, and if the gift is given to us, we'll take it. But that's Trade Desk right now. Shorter term, a little bullish. Longer term, I think we're just going to sit out and wait for internals to correct. Okay. Although the selling volume did stop, I don't like the buying volume yet. If I see this buying volume like this and we see a drop, I'll be like, don't be scared, you know, this huge institutional buy. Just wait, it'll just go up. Similar volume here. You see like how we got the huge sell-off. It just continued. It couldn't break all-time high according to where we were standing here. So it couldn't break, good hammer, but as soon as it lost the 20-day moving average, and it went down. So here it went down losing the 20-day moving average. And it went down under the 50-day. So we're seeing pretty much the scenario here. So if we try to test and test and test and try to break the 50-day moving and the 3850 fib level, then we'll see higher prices. But right now, I'd like to sit and wait. See how the internals here just fixed up and the MACD curled up? So we might see a similar scenario where the internals, where the price is just going to sit and be boring while the internals get better and then pick up and move. Okay. And last thing here is Palantir. I'm not going to go over many tickers today because it was a low volume day. Even the moves that were going up didn't really seem convincing to me, including my, eye of my apple, or what did I say? How did that saying go? Apple of my eye or something like that. So this is like my baby here, and I treat it as a baby, trying to, take care of it well. We were spot on with our today's prediction. So as soon as I looked at where this was going, it was on Twitter live. I knew that 2361 was very critical. We had a pretty good pickup here, bounced back, and I waited for the third time. So 1, 2, the third time we broke, I instantly messaged on Twitter, live feed. I said the resistance will be at 2410, and I drew this box, and where it was is basically right on this cloud. So basically what I did here is, usually I would draw something like this, but I wanted to get closer towards the 50-day moving average. So I drew something like that, and I said wait for this area. As you can see, this was a pretty good support line. Let's do 24. Yeah, this is good. So yeah, all right, so this is good. So this was a resistance at first, and then picked up and moved, and then went back inside the box, went back inside the box, bounced. So basically this is a flag here, and tomorrow we will probably test 24.94, huge resistance at 25.07, and that's where we basically closed the Thursday session, where we saw huge volumes after hour volumes. Okay? That's what I think about Palantir. So tomorrow we have two resistance. One is 24.93 and the huge one is 25.07. Okay? If we break above that, I think we will start a bullish sequence where we would eventually hit the 27 area. So right here. So this will go right here. We will probably struggle and then bounce to 28.88 and then eventually 32.35, and then I believe the next level was 40.39 and then 44. Okay, so those are some of the levels to watch. Let me put 50% here as well. Yep, right on top of the 50 is right on top of the box, so that's normal. Let's look at the daily. So the daily reason why I drew this box is because of the 20-day moving average. I believe that we will probably hit that. So somewhere here we'll probably hit it. Okay. I can delete this yellow box because our prediction came true. So first was 25.07, very crucial. If we break that, we're going to test the 20-day moving average, which is around 26.63, and then we have this right here. On another chart that I drew and shared, we have a wedge. Okay, we broke out the wedge. We're going to test. The cloud top is sitting around 26.45. So between anywhere from 26.45 to 26.63, that's going to be our resistance for the next couple days. As you can see, stochastics is ready, bottomed out, it's curling up. MACD is on a perfect scenario where you will see, if we see another positive day, low volume, doesn't matter. And if this crosses over, then we're due for the next run, and we might see the next run like this, like go up, flag, go up. Okay, and that run will probably get us back to $29 area. Eventually my target was 30 on this drop, so let's see what happens. Okay, short-term target on this drop is 26 something, 26.35. The cloud was 26.45, so somewhere around there. And if we break above, my target is $32 area. So somewhere here in this chart, it would be from 30 to 31, I believe 32. Reason why it didn't go over 31 is because the body here and the previous high after that. Okay, so let's see what happens, but those are my predictions. I didn't do too many tickers today. Reason why is because of political agenda and reasons. Very low volume. I believe the market will see, the VIX will rest. We'll see a couple more up days, and then something will happen. We'll hear some news, and because I believe that in the next couple days, or maybe the next week, I believe the VIX is going to have another run. Okay, just one last look at VIX and we'll close, but this is what's exactly going to happen with VIX. It'll go down, go sideways, rest on this line, and then do another move towards 28, maybe 30. Okay. So let's wait and see. It's a wait and see game, but just watch out and play safe. Good night, everybody, and let's make some money tomorrow.